And he's talking about, Tanner, man, you're so passionate about them crawl spaces. Tanner, you're so passionate about all them encapsulation jobs you do. Tanner, you're so passionate about helping people get rid of all that water underneath their houses. I hate this shit. I've always hated this shit. If you think I'm passionate about getting under these damn houses and beating my damn body to death, I have got you fooled. I have sold you, baby. You are sold, because I am faking it. I ain't passionate about this shit. I hate it, just like I just said. I hate it more today than I've ever hated it. And keep all that in mind, because you're going to say, how can you hate it and end up doing work like what you're about to do? Because what I am passionate about is building credibility. And all I got in this world and all you got in this world is credibility. And everything that I do and everything that I achieve for me and my family is based on my credibility. So whenever this loud mouth right here is talking all this shit, I gotta stand on all that shit that I'm talking and deliver on it. Now I wanna ask every single one of you watching this video right now a question. And I want you to think real hard about this. Throw these crawl spaces out the window, throw these ponds out the window, throw everything you see me do for a living out the window that involves me getting money out of people's pockets. And let me ask you something. Do you think for 1 second that Brian Hamill would have done any business with Tanner? It's a $20-something thousand job right here you're looking at. It'd have been more than that if we'd have done the insulation in it, but all of our poly-encapsulated insulation's on back order right now. Do you think for 1 second that Brian Hamill would have spent more than $20,000 of his hard-earned money right out of his pocket with Tanner Flowers if Tanner Flowers was a piece of shit, or if Tanner Flowers had been a piece of shit for these past 20 plus years? I don't think so, and I don't think you think so either. And that's why so many people do business with me, because they already know whatever I say I'm going to do, not only is it going to get done, it's getting done better than anybody else you could have found to do it for you. What is going on, guys? Tanner Flowers coming at you again from another beautiful, brand new construction home that my buddy Brian just built. And guys, I had each and every single one of you right here on this job site back in December 2020, just a little over 10 months ago. And I want you to look around now, and every single downspout that you see from this house has already been piped away from the home. And just like I showed you 10 months ago, all of the dirt work around this home, it has been done perfectly, guys. There is not a single mud puddle anywhere around this home, and it has been raining my entire way here from our brand new job site that I just came from in Hickson, where Hector and the guys are over there working right now as we speak. Take a look at that project. Look at that giant mound of dirt. We're all under here taking bets. I'm betting right along with Hector that the new ground level's probably going to be somewhere right in here, which is literally more than half of that giant mound taken out. Stay tuned, guys. This is going to be a crazy transformation once this one's done. That one's going to be something else. Let me just go ahead and tell you. Now, look at these gutters, man. Brian's got them coming all the way out here in the woods. So what I'm really trying to just say, I guess, is Brian Hamill has done everything that a man could do to ensure that he does not have any standing water inside his crawl space of his brand new, beautiful home that he's worked 20 plus years to have. So, with that being said, just like I showed you in that video, hey, do yourself a favor. If you ain't watched that video yet, go back and watch that video right here and listen to all the information that I shared with you, because if you're interested in these type of projects, that video has got so much informative stuff in it that you can learn more than just about any builder that's out here claiming to know shit about this stuff. Because let me tell you, 99% of the people claiming to know shit about this stuff don't know shit about this stuff. And I'm about to go down there right now and open that door up and blow every single one of you watching away. I hope you're holding on tight to your pants, because they're going to drop to the ground once you see how good that looks inside there. And all of you watching these videos, you reach out to me nearly every single day of the week. You talk to me in the comments, and I talk back to you, and I respond back to the emails. And just yesterday, I had a gentleman who's a soldier. Thank you for your service, brother. All the way out somewhere in North Carolina. I can't even remember where, but he's moving to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And he's building him a new house there. And they're battling moisture problems out there in South Carolina as well. And he's talking about, Tanner, man, you're so passionate about them crawl spaces, Tanner. You're so passionate about all them encapsulation jobs you do. Tanner, you're so passionate about helping people get rid of all that water underneath their houses. I hate this shit. I've always hated this shit. If you think I'm passionate about getting under these damn houses and beating my damn body to death, I have got you fooled. I have sold you, baby. You are sold, because I am faking it. I ain't passionate about this shit. I hate it, just like I just said. I hate it more today than I've ever hated it. And keep all that in mind, because you're going to say, how can you hate it and end up doing work like what you're about to do? Because what I am passionate about is building credibility. And all I got in this world and all you got in this world is credibility. And everything that I do and everything that I achieve for me and my family is based on my credibility. So whenever this loud mouth right here is talking all this shit, I got to stand on all that shit that I'm talking and deliver on it. And you're about to see it once again, that I deliver beyond, far above and beyond everything that I say that we're going to do. And you're going to see a new construction with a brand new crawl space encapsulation and a brand new inside perimeter French drain job that you are not going to be able to find the likes of anywhere on the entire worldwide YouTube, the whole mother effing internet. You ain't going to find what you're about to see. And if you think you can, and if you think you got somebody that can match us, be my guest and go blow your damn money. Cause you see, I didn't just start building this credibility last week. I mean, take Brian here, for example. I didn't just meet Brian last week neither. I didn't meet Brian last month. As a matter of fact, I met my buddy Brian here over 20 years ago, when right after I graduated Bradley High School right here in Cleveland, Tennessee, back in the year 2000. Just a couple months after that, I went to work right down the road here at Little Debbie Snack Cakes. That's right, McKee Bakery. And in my first day at work, I met my buddy Brian Hamill. Now I want to ask every single one of you watching this video right now a question. And I want you to think real hard about this. Throw these crawl spaces out the window. Throw these ponds out the window. Throw everything you see me do for a living out the window that involves me getting money out of people's pockets. And let me ask you something. Do you think for 1 second that Brian Hamill would have done any business with Tanner? It's a $20-something thousand job right here you're looking at. It'd have been more than that if we'd have done the insulation in it, but all of our poly-encapsulated insulation's on back order right now. Do you think for 1 second that Brian Hamill would have spent more than $20,000 of his hard-earned money right out of his pocket with Tanner Flowers if Tanner Flowers was a piece of shit, or if Tanner Flowers had been a piece of shit for these past 20 plus years? I don't think so, and I don't think you think so either. And that's why so many people do business with me, because they already know whatever I say I'm going to do, not only is it going to get done, it's getting done better than anybody else you could have found to do it for you. You won't believe it based on what you're seeing right here, but I have seen this actual crawl space be standing in over an inch of water all the way across everything that you are seeing right now. And that is why we had to put our inside perimeter French drain line inside this project that is all leading right here to our sump pump basin. You can see one inlet of our drain line coming in there, and there is the other that's going the rest of the way around the foundation. And that is capturing all of this water that was settling down into this crawl space. And now after it goes down inside this sump pump basin, it is actually being sent out a discharge line where it comes up right out there in the yard at that green pop-up emitter and goes on down in the woods, where all of this water is no longer going to be a problem underneath this crawl space for my buddy Brian and his wife and family. And guys, I've done more crawl spaces than anyone that I know in person. That's across all of mankind for that matter. And guys, this is officially the nicest crawl space encapsulation that I have ever seen. And I hate to say that because I didn't do any work on this project. My team did the work on this project 100% by themselves, just like they do on almost every single project that you see us doing right here at Tennessee Technicians. And let me tell you, what does that say about me as a teacher? Because not only would I have a hard time replicating that perfection myself, guys, it don't get no better than that right there. If you think it gets any better than that right there, you a dumbass. I don't care to tell you a dumbass, because you a dumbass. You can't find this right here. Don't think you can find this right here. If you think you can, get to searching, trigger fingers. Get all over that YouTube that you can get. Crawl space encapsulation, wet crawl space, French drain into crawl space, how to fix your wet crawl space. You're going to come right back here to old Tanner right here in Cleveland, Tennessee if you do your homework. This ain't no little pansy 6 mil, 10 mil, or 12 mil that you see all the wannabe companies out there installing. Quite the contrary. This is as strong as it gets, folks. This is the fiberglass reinforced 20 mil poly that you see us always using on all of our crawl space encapsulation projects right here at Tennessee Technicians. Here comes a special tip for those of you listening and paying attention. Square footage wise, this crawl space would have been fine with a Santa Fe advanced dehumidifier system. That one unit should have been able to pull this entire crawl space. However, this crawl space is laid out kind of weird. You got a big kickback right there going back towards that entry. And then when you get right here around this garage right here behind me, look at this. See this right here? This kicks way back up that way to the front, and that goes all the way back there. Guys, I decided to split this thing with my imaginary divider, and I put one of our Santa Fe compact dehumidifiers right there behind me, and then centrally located right back there in that vicinity, I put another one of our Santa Fe compact dehumidifiers. So we have actually two of our Santa Fe compact dehumidifier systems running underneath this job right now, which it's already down to 51% humidity. These have been running right around 48 hours. I do have the crawl space door open right now. I am sweating right now. And whether you believe that or not, that does cause the humidity inside this crawl space to actually rise while I am under here filming this video. And speaking of humidity, take a look at how much water is being dispensed out of this Santa Fe compact down into our condensate pump, where, as always, this small basin right here will fill up until it trips a float switch, and then that condensate pump will send that water up, over, and down into our basin, where our sump pump will send it outside. Just like you see us doing on our big Santa Fe advanced units, I like to set our compact units right down here. Take a look, guys. If this was 6 o'clock right here in the middle, let's say this was 9 o'clock, I like seeing them right down here around 7 to 7:30. And always make sure you got your switch set to auto, and you don't have the magnetic strip on the compact unit that you have on the advanced unit. To change the compact filter, you simply pull out this pre-filter, and then you grab the actual filter for the dehumidifier, pull it out, slide your new one in, put your pre-filter back on, and guys, that filter is changed. And then, just like on our larger units, we do like to clean these lines out. We do like to pour bleach back inside these lines to kill off any fungus or sludge. We will also pull this out and run a cycle of bleach through our condensate pump, killing off any sludge or algae or stuff that may be built up inside our actual discharge line. If you will focus your attention overhead as I slowly try to pan right, you will still see remnants of the wood destroying fungus that has been treated and killed with a sporicidin treatment that was all performed before the insulation went in and before any of our work began here at Tennessee Technicians. And you can't tell much right now by looking overhead, but whenever I first inspected this crawl space right here in this particular area, I remember it standing out to me because you can't see it so much now, but before this insulation was up, take a look at how much wood destroying fungus had already started growing underneath this brand new house. Oh my God. Brand new, 50 years old, guys. It don't matter. If the conditions are right for all of this stuff to flourish underneath your crawl space, you are in for a world of trouble, and you're in for a world of trouble a whole lot sooner than later. Call me at 423-503-0512 to get on schedule to address all the problems inside your crawl space so that I can come up with a game plan to get all of this taken care of for you. I say it in almost every single video, but look at all of the piers, guys. Look at the tops of the walls. Look at our ground. Look at every single penetration point that you want to look at coming in and out of this foundation wall, and try to find an error. Go ahead and try in vain, because you ain't going to find it, baby. Woo! And just ahead here over to our right is one of 4 of our humidistat fans, which you should know by now that is always our exhaust systems for our encapsulation projects. There's always a ton of ignorant dumbasses inside the YouTube comments who doubt that any of those exhaust fans are needed. If you are one of the fellow people that do doubt me, I hope you do attempt to replicate what you see us doing. And I can't wait to hear your story about how pissed off your customer is whenever they got all those stagnant odors up inside the living quarters of the home. And just like in that short clip that I inserted into the beginning of this video, where I showed you where Hector and the team are overworking right now in Hickston, Tennessee, the whole reason that guy reached out and contacted me in the first place was because his brand new fancy ass house was stinking. You hear me? Brand new fancy ass house, big shot, big money, stinking. You know why it was stinking? Because his crawl space had no exhaust. It had no way to breathe, and all them stagnant odors are building up just like they do inside of a garage, like a hot, stuffy, sweaty garage. And what do those hot, stuffy, sweaty garages smell like? The same way them hot, stuffy, sweaty crawl spaces smell like. And if you want all that smell coming up to your house, just listen to one of these dumbasses that don't know anything about having exhaust on these crawl space encapsulation projects. These Santa Fe dehumidifiers, guys, are such powerhouses. This second unit, man, it is pumping like crazy. And once again, guys, you already know this condensate pump right here, it sends all the water right back around the corner to our sump pump basin, the same way that our first condensate pump does up there on our first dehumidifier system. What a beautiful crawl space encapsulation project. I am so proud of my team. Couldn't be more proud. Couldn't ask for a better job. Wow, how lucky am I? Guys, right up here to our right, this was a tricky little situation. Actually, I had to cut this block out right here just to be able to access this. This was getting water down inside of it. Of course, it's not now because these corners have all been core drilled so that any water that actually gets inside there and gets inside our drain line, which is inside there as well, it will come through that foundation through the weep holes, enter into our drain line, and get sent all the way around to our sump pump basin. We did install one of our humidistat fan exhaust inside that small little room as well. You will see one coming up there on that far right corner. And now let me continue taking you guys throughout the remainder of this brand new project. Wow, look at how good that looks. What's sad, guys, is that a lot of people you know, hell, it might even be you, your loved ones, family members, friends, they're out getting these houses built. A lot of them are their dream houses. They've worked, like I done said, 20, 30 years to acquire. They're not planning on cutting any corners, but they don't know anything about all of this crawl space work. And then the next thing you know, they've got a brand new subfloor system with wood rot taking place throughout it. Guys, these services are more important than anything you could have ever imagined for crawl space homeowners. And just like I get asked every single week to do all kinds of services that I do not accept, I do not commit to. I would not commit to these projects either if I was not 100% sold on everything that you hear me saying and see us doing in every single one of these project videos. I know we're helping people. I know this fixes problems. I know all the dumbass shit you're going to hear from the bug people, and they could all pucker up and kiss my white ass like I like to say. And if you ain't sold on what you see us doing, I don't give a damn. If you too are a homeowner battling moisture problems inside your very own crawl space, you're more than welcome to reach out to me at 423-503-0512. I'm going to go ahead and let you know I do not answer that telephone. If you want to speak with me, you will be forced to leave me a voicemail. I will go ahead and send me a text message as well. You need to be aware, if you want me to come to your house, there is a $500 consultation fee that goes 100% towards the total cost of your project. If you don't like the sound of that, I am so happy about that, because that $500 consultation fee is all 100% on purpose to run your ass off. Do you understand that? I don't want to come out there and give you any of my time. I don't care if you're that type of person, what type of person you get to come under your damn house. Do you hear me? I don't care what kind of half-ass job it gets done, and I don't care how much money you lose. If you're the type of person that appreciates quality and what you see me bringing to you in every single one of these videos, you can have it. If you have a travel project that will require me to sit there and work up your project at home on my computer, I will need your assistance in providing me with exact outside corner to corner measurements. And if it's a travel project, I'll do that consultation for $250, and that does go 100% towards your entire project cost. If you are battling wildlife problems, you're hearing noises in your attic, ceilings, walls, crawl space, you name it. It's getting cold outside, guys. The animals are coming in, and since 2005, we have been the locally owned #1 nuisance wildlife removal company in existence. If you've got any stumps in your yard that need to be ground, you can visit us online at clevelandtnstumpgrinding.com. If you've got any real estate that you're looking to get rid of off market, I ain't trying to break the bank, and I ain't paying retail. If you got a deal that we can make under the table, that's a win-win for the both of us, and we can both put some money in our pockets, feel free to hit me up, guys, because I'm all about opportunity. I'll look in every single door that's opened up to me. I appreciate your time. Thank you for joining us on another project video. I can't wait to talk to each and every single one of you inside that next project video. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that stuff if you haven't done so. And we'll talk to each and every single one of you in the next one.